They laughed. Not the cruel, aggressive kind of laugh, but the dismissive, shallow chuckle people give when they see something that doesn't fit. Like a painter holding a scalpel, or a janitor walking into a $50 million aerospace lab with a mop in one hand and questions in her eyes. Alina Ramirez didn't mind being invisible. It kept things simple. No one looked too closely at the janitor. No one asked why she always lingered by the test bench longer than needed, or why she memorized every conversation between the engineers. As she quietly wiped tables or swept metallic dust from the hangar floor, she was just part of the background. A shadow in a blue jumpsuit, and that was just fine. Until the engine failed, it was called the Falcon X7. A revolutionary prototype built by one of the most elite aerospace firms in North America. A $2 million marvel of innovation. It was designed to power the next generation of experimental jets. It had taken 5 years to develop and was days away from its first test flight until it simply stopped working. No warning. No system alert. One moment, it purred like a dream. The next, it sputtered, coughed, and died. The brightest engineers in the room, PhDs from MIT, Caltech, Stanford, spent a week tearing it apart, dissecting every inch of the hardware, rewriting code, running diagnostics through AI platforms that could outthink most humans. Nothing made sense. Everything looked fine, but something wasn't, and the deadline loomed like a guillotine. Alina kept sweeping. To them, she was just the woman who refilled the paper towels in the bathroom and emptied the bins when no one was watching. No one asked how she always knew when to step around a sensitive vibration pad, or why she never touched certain surfaces that required level for clearance. She had watched every engine test, listened to every system analysis, absorbed every frustrated outburst from engineers who forgot there was someone else in the room. She'd heard the way they talked about the engine stalling under no load. Compression sink, misaligning, software misreporting, thrust-to-weight ratios. All the complex ways to say one thing. It didn't work, and they had no idea why. But she had an idea. It started as a whisper in the back of her mind. A memory from 7 years ago, in a garage in Bakersfield, where she and her father tried to rebuild a twin-turbo diesel from scratch for a local tractor pull. She remembered the sound it made when the valve timing was slightly off, the same sound she heard echo through the hangar, just before the Falcon X7 died. Still, she said nothing. Who would listen? But that particular morning, something was different. The lead engineer, a tall silver-haired man named Dr. Halverson, stood in the middle of the hangar with his arms raised in surrender. "I'm done," he muttered. "This thing's a $2 million paperweight." Others nodded in quiet agreement. Some even started whispering about canceling the project. One junior engineer, clearly fed up, laughed and said, "Hell, maybe the janitor can fix it. We've tried everything else." Laughter. And that was the moment something inside Alina snapped. She didn't walk away. She didn't lower her eyes like she usually did. She walked forward. Past the racks of tools. Past the grease-stained floor. Past the clipboard-wielding engineers who stared at her like she was an alien. "I think I can fix it," she said. Silence. Thick and sudden. The kind of silence that screams louder than any noise. Dr. Halverson blinked. "I'm sorry. What?" Alina straightened her back. "I've been listening. Watching. You're chasing the wrong problem. The misfire isn't in the software. It's in the valve timing and harmonic balancing. The combustion cycle is off by a few milliseconds because your vibration dampener is absorbing just enough energy to throw off synchronization at high idle." They stared at her like she'd spoken in tongues. Who are you?" One of the engineers asked. Alina Ramirez. "Maintenance. I clean the labs," she said, nodding toward the mop bucket. Laughter again, but more nervous this time. The kind people give when they aren't sure if they're being pranked. "You expect us to believe the janitor figured out something 20 engineers couldn't?" "I don't expect you to believe anything," Alina replied, "but I'm asking for 15 minutes. Let me take a look. If I'm wrong, I'll clean every floor in this hangar by hand for a month." They exchanged glances. It was ridiculous, insane. And yet, what did they have to lose? Halverson gave a nod. "Fine. But you touch anything critical, and security pulls you out." Alina didn't reply. She just set the mop aside, walked over to the bench, pulled on a pair of gloves, and opened the Falcon X7 like she had built it herself. Her hands moved with the calm certainty of someone who understood machinery on a molecular level. She didn't need manuals. She didn't need AI feedback. She listened, felt. Every torque, every click, every micro-adjustment was purposeful. She reset the dampener brackets, realigned the timing gear, calibrated the combustion nozzles, and cleaned out a vent that had been partially clogged by a fine layer of metal shavings missed during assembly. The room was quiet. Not a word, not a breath. The engineers stared as if watching a magician performing a disappearing act in slow motion. Alina wiped her hands on a rag, stepped back, and said, "Try it now." They hesitated. Then one engineer nervously pressed the ignition. The engine roared to life. Not just functional, perfect. Asterisk, no sputter, no vibration, no instability. The system's internal diagnostics showed full synchronization. For the first time in 2 weeks, the engine worked flawlessly. Asterisk, it was so sudden, so shockingly smooth, that no one moved for a full minute. The lead systems engineer looked at the numbers, then back at Alina. That's impossible. Asterisk, Dr. Halverson took a slow step forward. How did you know? Asterisk, Alina shrugged. I built something like it once, in my garage. Different scale, same principles. Asterisk, where did you study? Asterisk, didn't finish. Had to drop out when my dad got sick. Asterisk, they stood there, stunned. The janitor had just fixed the most complex engine they'd ever built, with nothing but intuition and memory. Asterisk, what do you want? Halverson finally asked. A promotion? A raise? Asterisk, I want access, she said simply. To the tools, to the lab, and a chance to work on something real. Asterisk, he paused. That's it, asterisk for now. Asterisk, from that day forward, Elena Ramirez wasn't just the janitor. She became the wildcard, the anomaly, the one who fixed the unfixable within months. She was handed full access to the lab. Not as a student, not as an assistant, as a collaborator. Engineers began to seek her input. Her insights turned into breakthroughs. Her designs began to influence other prototypes. Asterisk, but she still clocked in early, still kept her mop, because she never forgot what it felt like to be invisible. Asterisk, the Falcon X7 went on to break altitude records in its class. The press never heard Elena's name, but inside those hangar walls, she became a legend. The silent reminder that sometimes the person who sees what others miss isn't standing in the spotlight. They're sweeping the floor beneath it. Asterisk, and sometimes, the janitor knows more than the genius.